CoinPoker just launched its brand new playing software and it's a major upgrade. Players from almost every country can join, and right now CoinPoker is running a rake-free promotion, which makes this a great time to test the platform. But many new players are unsure about one thing: how deposits actually work, especially when crypto is involved. So in this video, I'll explain everything step by step. What is USDT, why is it safe, and exactly how to deposit step by step on CoinPoker, even if you've never used crypto before. Let's get started. Before we talk about crypto, I want to clear up one very common misunderstanding. Many players think that CoinPoker is a crypto-only platform, but that's actually not true. Depending on your region, CoinPoker also supports traditional payment methods, including credit and debit cards, as well as some additional local payment options. So if you prefer using a card, that may be possible for you. However, most regular players still choose crypto, especially USDT, and there are a few reasons for that. Crypto deposits are typically faster, they work globally without banking restrictions, and transactions fees are lower compared to traditional payment systems. That's why USDT has become the most common way to found an account, even though it's not the only option. In this video, we'll focus on the crypto method because it's the most player use and the one that gives you the most flexibility worldwide. And don't worry, I'll explain everything step by step, so it's very easy to follow, even if you've never used crypto before. Before we deposit, let's quickly cover the only crypto basics you actually need. First, a crypto exchange. That's where you buy crypto using regular money. You can think of it like an online bank where you convert dollars into a digital currency. Second, a wallet. A wallet is simply where crypto is stored or sent from. When you deposit on CoinPoker, you are sending funds from your exchange wallet to the CoinPoker wallet. And third, stablecoins. Some cryptocurrencies move a lot in price, like Bitcoin or Ethereum. But stablecoins like USDT are designed to stay stable, usually around $1. That's why they are used for payments and poker balances. And that's all you need to know before making a deposit. USDT is often called a digital dollar. It's designed to stay close to the $1 in value, which makes it stable compared to most cryptocurrencies. The idea is that reserves held by the issuer support, here for USDT it's Tether, the USDT functions like a digital representation of US dollars that can be transferred online. But it's also important to understand that every form of money involves trust and risk. If you hold money in your bank, you rely on the banking system. That's a systematic financial risk. With USDT, the structure is different. You rely on the issuer maintaining reserves. So the risk is more centralized. Different systems simply have different types of trust and different types of risk. For poker payments, many players accept this structure because transactions are fast, global, and efficient. Now that we understand what USDT is and how it works, let's look at why so many poker players actually use it. First, stability. USDT behaves like digital dollars, which makes it practical for managing a bankroll without worrying about price swings. Second, speed. Crypto transfers are typically much faster than traditional international banking, especially for cross-border transactions. Third, lower cost. Transaction fees are often lower compared to many traditional payment systems. And fourth, global accessibility. Crypto works across countries and banking systems, which makes it especially useful for international poker platforms like CoinPoker. That combination, stability, speed, cost efficiency, and global access is why USDT has become the standard payment method for many online players. Now let's look at it from the platform's perspective. CoinPoker has players from many different countries. Instead of dealing with dozens of local currencies, exchange rates, and banking systems, using USDT allows them to operate with one unified global currency that simplifies everything. It enables faster international deposits and withdrawals, reduces operational cost, and avoid many traditional banking restrictions. In short, USDT allows CoinPoker to function as a truly global poker platform, and that's why it's used as the main playing currency. Before we start the deposit process, let's quickly look at what you need. First, a CoinPoker account, of course created with bonus code BIGBOOM. That's where you will receive the funds and play. Second, a crypto exchange account. This is where you buy USDT using regular money. And third, optionally, a personal crypto wallet. This is not required for depositing, but some players use external wallets for storing funds or managing withdrawals. For a basic deposit, the exchange account and your CoinPoker account are enough. Once you have these ready, you can send USDT to CoinPoker. When you buy USDT on an exchange, the exchange charges a small trading fee. Most beginners don't think about this, but over time, those fees add up. Some exchanges offer referral programs that reduce those fees through cashback. For example, Binance offers a permanent fee discount when using a referral code. Other platforms like BloFin offer even higher cashback structures. So depending on which exchange you use, you can significantly reduce your transaction costs over time. If you're going to deposit and withdraw regularly, that actually matters a lot. USDT always has the same value, but it can exist on different blockchain networks. The most common ones you'll see are TRC20, ERC20 and BEP20. You can think of these like different highways. The money is the same, but it travels on different routes. And here's a critical rule. The network must match. If CoinPoker shows TRC20, you need to send TRC20. If you send ERC20 to a TRC20 address, the funds may not arrive. So always double check the network before confirming the transaction. This is one step to prevent almost all beginner mistakes. After choosing the correct network, the next question is, which network should you use? For most poker deposits, TRC20 is usually the best option. It typically has the lowest transaction fees, fast confirmation times, and is widely supported by poker platforms. That makes it the most practical choice for moving USDT. But remember the most important rule: the network must match exactly. If CoinPoker shows TRC20, you must send TRC20. Always double check before confirming the transfer. Now let's start the actual process. Step 1 is buying USDT on your exchange. First, deposit money into your exchange accounts using bank transfer or card. Once the funds are available, search for USDT, which stands for Tether. Buy the amount you want to deposit to CoinPoker. At this stage, you do not need to worry about networks. Networks selection happen when you withdraw or send USDT, not when you buy it. So just focus on purchasing the correct token, USDT. So now I'm going to show you how you buy the USDT. Here we open Binance and go to buy crypto. And here, because I'm in Cambodia at the moment, I'm just allowed to buy USDC. So there are like regional limitations, but you can just like trade it for free after that. So you just decide how much you want to buy. Here I want to spend 100 US dollar, and just confirm that I buy 100 USDC for 100 US dollar. Exchange rate 1-to-1. Here you see how much we get. So we confirm. And we bought successfully $100 in USDC. Now we can check our assets in USDC. There are like this small like changes. So that is just like the actual course, and sometimes USDC is slightly more worth than US dollar, or US dollar is more worth than USDC. Open the cashier section and select deposit. Choose USDT as your deposit method. At this stage, CoinPoker will show you a wallet address and the network used for the deposit. Pay attention to the network. This is what must match when you send the funds. Now copy the wallet address exactly as shown. Always use copy and paste. Never type the address manually. Crypto addresses are long and even one wrong character can cause the transfer to fail. So next you just open the beautiful new CoinPoker software, press here the cashier button and deposit. Then you get to this very nice client that shows you different deposit options. So of course we want to deposit crypto, and you would choose here USDT, but we change to USDC, where that we find here, and we make sure that we use the correct network. In our case here it's Ethereum network. If you do your first deposit, you can select a bonus and just copy the code of your deposit address. Now, this is the most important step of the entire process. Look at the network shown on CoinPoker, then select the exact same network when sending from your exchange. They must be identical. If the network don't match, the funds may not arrive. This is why we checked the network earlier. Always double check before confirming the transfer. Before sending the full amount, it's always recommended to do a small test transaction. Send a small amount first, for example 5 to 10 USD. Wait until it arrives in your CoinPoker balance. Once you confirm everything works correctly, send the full amount. These simple steps prevent mistakes before transferring larger funds. It's a standard safety practice when sending crypto. Once your test transaction has arrived successfully, you can send the full amount. Go back to your exchange and choose withdraw USDT. Paste the CoinPoker deposit address you copied earlier. Confirm that the networks match exactly. Then review all details carefully and confirm the transaction. Since you already tested the transfer, this final step should work smoothly. Next, you go back to Binance, check your balance. So here, this is our USDC. We press just withdraw, select the coin we want to send, USDC, and we withdraw to the address from our CoinPoker account and select the correct network. In our case, Ethereum. We take our CoinPoker account and double check. We want to send USDC and we want to use the Ethereum chain. So it's correct. We press the withdrawal amount. In my case, it's just the maximum because this is all what I'm having on Binance. And now we press withdraw to send the money. Here the final confirmation. This is the address. We find it here in our CoinPoker account. That's the code. We check the last numbers, AD71AC, correct. Ethereum network, correct. Amount, correct. Here we see the fee that gets deducted, which is like normal for crypto transfers, but you see overall transfer fee is very low. Now you just press continue. Security verification. Here I have my passkey. Going to skip this part for you. After you finished all security features, you get your receipt, and here you see that the 99 USDC got sent. And now after like 1 to 10 minutes, we can check our CoinPoker client and see if the money arrived. Last step is simple. You open your CoinPoker software again, check the transactions, and directly in my case after 1 minute 99.19 USDC arrived and are available for playing. After sending the transaction, the deposit usually arrives within 1 to 10 minutes. This depends on blockchain confirmations which verify the transfer. The exact time can vary depending on network speed and activity. If it takes a few minutes, that's completely normal. Just wait for the confirmations and the balance will appear automatically. Let's quickly go over the most common beginner mistakes so you can avoid them. The first and most serious mistake is using the wrong network. The second is sending the wrong token. For example, sending a different cryptocurrency instead of USDT. Another mistake is skipping the test transaction and sending a large amount immediately. And finally, panicking too early. Blockchain confirmations can take a few minutes. That's normal. If you follow the steps we covered, especially matching the network and testing first, you avoid almost all risk. Once the transaction is confirmed, the funds appear automatically in your CoinPoker balance. Your account is now funded and you're ready to start playing. That's a full deposit process. Simple, safe and repeatable. Enjoy the games and good luck at the tables. If you decide to create an account on CoinPoker, you can use my sign up link in the description. Make sure to enter the bonus code BIGBOOM. If you don't have an account yet and sign up through my link, you can message me and I'll send you my preflop charts for free. If you want to improve your poker results long term, I also offer personal coaching. All links and contact details are below. Please support me and my channel by pressing like and subscribe. If you want more content like this, like advanced poker strategy, site tutorials and EV focused content to improve your win rate. Thanks for watching and see you at the tables.
Good luck! See you at the tables! Email me for coaching or affiliate deals!